Dear friends, in today's busy world, we get lots of distractions. From just a single social media notification, we get diverted from our focus and dreams. With great hope and excitement, we start a new dream, but we get lost from our dream on the way. From this story of Gautam Buddha, let us find a solution to get rid of all these distractions. Long years ago, there was a king. He had a lot of properties, huge wealth. His people always taking care of him and obeyed him. The king too cared his people, never let his people in problems, and made the people happy all the time. So to say the king had everything that he needed, but whenever he tried to do something good, he was always distracted from his aim. He was deeply worried about this. Many times he met his neighboring kings on this matter. They gave him different ideas and suggestions. And whenever he tried to implement the suggestions and ideas given by his neighboring kings, it doesn't give him any good result. He was worried a lot. He couldn't sleep for many nights. One day he heard about an extraordinary person in his kingdom who is filled with life lessons, knowledge, and wisdom. People from miles away came to meet him because he solved people's problem in a very easy ways. By hearing all these, the king decided to go to the person. Next day, early in the morning, the king started his journey. The road was long, for which the king took some rest on the way, and there he asked about the person to many people they appreciated, taught so many good things about him. Now the king started thinking the man must be very wise, well-educated, and spiritual, for which people are saying good about him. By knowing more about the person, he was more excited to meet him and started his journey again. The king was very tired and reached the ashram of the person he wanted to meet. He saw nobody there. When he reached the backside of the ashram, he saw a Mali watering plants in the garden. Mali's body was covered with muds, and he didn't even have chappal in his legs. The king asked him, saying, "I came to meet the owner of this ashram." The Mali replied, "Please, seat down there inside. I will soon inform the owner, and he will meet you." The king sat down waiting for the person, and after some time the owner came. But the king saw it was the Mali he met earlier in the garden. The king said hello. Mali now was standing in a form of monk and started saying, "I am the owner of this ashram, the extraordinary person whom you came to meet from that far. Please tell what is your problem." The king said, "I have heard a lot about you, that there is nobody like you in the kingdom. But I have a doubt," said the king. The monk asked, "What is that?" The king started saying, "I have seen great philosophers, wise people. They always carries a book with them, but you do not have nothing with you, nor even looks like an extraordinary person. What is story behind this?" The monk smiled at the king and started saying, "My wisdom is filled in the natures of earth. I collect my wisdom and knowledge from the day-to-day life. May I know why have you come so far to meet me?" The king saying, "Hey Guru, whenever I try to do something, I could not concentrate on it for a long time. I get distracted from my aim very soon, and I could not achieve my goals." The monk said, "I understood your worries, my king, but today it's too late to give a solution for your problem. Meet me tomorrow morning, and I will tell all the solution." The monk started to go back to his garden. The king also came back to his palace. The king couldn't sleep whole the night, thinking of what the monk is going to tell him. Next day, before the sun rise, the king reached the ashram. The monk was present there from the earlier itself. As the king reached near, the monk gave him a water jug and tell the king there are 15 plants in front of you. Water them slowly, and keep in mind, while watering the plants, you do not need to think of any other things. Concentrate on watering the plants, and if any distraction comes in the middle, then stop there and start watering the plants from the first. And when you finish watering all the 15 plants without thinking any other things, then come to me, I will give answer to all your questions." The king never watered a plant before he felt it is a very easy task. He was excited going to water a plant for the first time, and watered the first with whole concentration, and moved to the second plant and watered with concentration. When he started watering the third plant, lots of thoughts started coming to his mind. Flower pots in his palace, different types of flowers, and suddenly he remembered what the monk told him. If any distraction comes in middle, he had to water the plants from the first. Soon he went to the first plant and started watering. He watered the second too with full concentration, and when he reached third plant again, Lots of thoughts started coming to his mind. He again remembered what the monk told, and this time he was worried whether he could complete the task or not. He started again, and this time he watered up to 5 plants with full concentration, and when he started watering the 6th plant by seeing the water, a river started to come in his mind. This time, also, he became unsuccessful. He knew that the monk is taking him a test. Therefore, he followed all the rules and the day passed from morning to evening, but he couldn't water all the 15 plants without thinking of anything. Whenever he tried to complete every time a thought came to his mind. The day passed, and the monk come near to the king, seeing the king was very tired thinking of something. The monk said, "Hey king, I am satisfied with your loyalty. You tried whole the day to water the plants with full concentration. That's why, whatever I am going to tell you, listen and try to understand. When our mind becomes empty from any thoughts, you can complete every work that you want." The king replied, "But how is it possible, Guru? Whenever I do something, lots of thoughts come to me and I get trapped to that thoughts." The monk smiled and said, "You didn't water the plants. You tried to complete the task as soon as possible so that you could meet me and know the answers of your questions. You felt like a load, and this is the reason you couldn't water even 15 plants. Whenever we take any work or task as a load, we try to finish as soon as possible. We couldn't concentrate on it and we become unsuccessful. But if we understand the importance of that time being, and if you could understand the importance of watering the plants, then nothing could have distracted you." The king asked the monk, "What should I do for that? Should I do meditation?" The monk smiled again and said, "It's all within yourself. Whenever you get distracted, feel the breath we take. Take a long breath and feel it. Breathe in and breathe out and try to feel what is happening around you. From this, you will get peace within you, and you will able complete every task or work, whether small or big." The king said to the monk, "I understood all your lessons," and thanked the monk and returned to his palace, started implementing what he learned from the monk. My dear friends, whatever you do in your life, do not take it as a load. If you take it as a load, then you will try to keep it down. From your shoulder, try to understand the importance of what you are doing and why you want to do. Control over yourself. Stop getting distractions from just a single social media notifications. There is nothing in it. Many of us, when we get a task, we do not concentrate on it. We try to finish as soon as possible, and that's why our minds do not remain in a single challenge. Lots of thoughts come to us and we get diverted, for which we get trapped in those thoughts and could not become successful, and we goes to depression and many worries comes to us. Therefore, whenever you start a work, concentrate on your breath and fully make mind for the work, and if you get distracted in the middle, remember to control your breath and you will make it, my friends. Comment your opinion in the comment box, hit the like button, and subscribe the channel for more motivational stories. May God bless you.